Voices up here.
Doing good. Let's keep it up.
So yesterday we talked about parts of a whole. Okay. Today we are going to be talking about improper fractions. Okay. Improper.
Think about that word.
Fractions.
Improper. They're not proper.
They are not.
Means not proper.
Okay. So
Listen up.
I'm going to use some shapes to kind of show you guys, because this is what you'll be using for your improper fractions, okay? So if the triangle, so say this triangle right here is 1/3, okay? What shape is then just 1? Okay, so if I have a triangle right here, and then this is 1/3, here's 2/3 because I have two triangles, and then here is another third, which makes 3/3, which is also known as what? 3/3 you could also say is what? Holden? No, what's the number? 3 over
You're right.
3 also equals what? 1. Okay? So this is the one that we're looking for right here. But just like Holden said, if 1/3 is a triangle, what is 1? That is a trapezoid, isn't it? Okay? So 3 triangles, if they represent 1/3, equal a trapezoid. Okay, this is just showing you how parts equal a whole right now. Just like we worked on yesterday. Let's try another one. If a triangle is 1/3, then what is a rhombus? Okay? So, I have my triangle, which is 1/3, and then I have another triangle, which makes what? 1/3 plus 1/3 is what? 2/3. Put these together. What shape does that make? Gabby?
A rhombus.
A rhombus. Okay? So a rhombus equals what? How many thirds?
2/3.
2/3. It represents 2/3. Okay? Let's look at another one. If a rhombus, so this piece right here, is 1/3, what shape is 1? Okay? So I have 1/3 plus another third, which makes what? 2/3
3/3.
plus another third, which makes 3/3, which also means what? What is 3 over 3 equal? Okay, Jasmine? 1. Here's 3/3. What shape does that make? What is that? Abushan?
Hexagon.
A hexagon. Okay? So if a rhombus was 1/3, we added 3 rhombuses together. That equals a hexagon. Let's do another one. If the rhombus, so right here, is 1/3, then what is a triangle? Okay? So let's say a rhombus is 1/3. So this piece is 1/3. I'm going to use my triangles to fill the spaces above. How many triangles did I put up here? Noah?
6.
I put up 6 triangles.
6.
So, if one rhombus is equal to 1/3, then what is one triangle equal to? Meredith? 1/6, okay, because it took 6 triangles to create that hexagon. All right. If a triangle is only 1/2, so now we're at 1/2, this is 1/2, what shape is 1? Okay? So if I add 1/2 and 1/2 together, what does that shape make? Kind of have a little geometry in here too, don't we? Lauren? A rhombus. Okay, now we're going to do something a little bit more trickier. Okay? Let's say I have 8 rhombuses. 8 rhombuses. Okay? And those rhombuses represent 1/3. Okay, so each rhombus represents 1/3. If I add 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. 3 over 3 also equals what? Helene? 1 whole, so it equals 1, and that makes a hexagon, doesn't it? Okay? So I have these left. I got to do something with them, don't I? Okay? So here, 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals what?
2.
Equals 3 over 3 equals what, Jacob?
So
That is the same as 1. So I have 1 plus 1 here. Okay? That equals, I really hope we all know the answer to that.
5.
1 plus 1 equals what?
7.
2. Okay? But I still have to do something with these 2 right here.
Ooh.
I have a third right here, and then another third right here. 1/3 plus 1/3 is what, Jasmine? 2/3. So what could I say that my answer is then? For all of these rhombuses, Helene? 2 and 2/3. Okay? Awesome. So I grouped them together as a whole, and these 2 are parts. Okay? So fractions that are greater or equal to 1 are called improper fractions. Okay? Even though there's not a lot like improper about it, they're called improper fractions. Okay? So if I took this and I separated these all out again, they're not grouped together. How many rhombuses do I have? Callie, there's 8 up there. How much did each rhombus represent? Jasmine, 1/3. So these rhombuses equal 8 over 3, 8/3. Okay? So if you think about it, 8/3 is equivalent to 2 and 2/3. Okay? So 2 and 2/3 is your improper fraction, and 8/3 is your improper fraction. They're just 2 different ways to write it. Okay? All right, some of you, that may have been a little confusing or a little weird because you probably thought we were studying geometry. But I would like for you to get out your math journal and open to page 125. 125. Or excuse me, 124. Open to page 124.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. I know.
you know, and it was just
Yep.
crap. So.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm taking the M, right?
Yep.
I need to change this crap.
I'm in each thing.
And then I'm here. Okay.
No, we have that. We're going to do a little work on the journal on that, okay? So, everyone should be open to page 124. Okay, 124. Okay, let's look at this. So if you look at the example above, if a circle is worth 1, so a whole circle is worth 1, so think of it as a pizza. A whole pizza. Okay? What is a whole circle? A whole circle, and then 3 slices out of 4 worth. Okay? So the mixed number would be 2 because we have 2 whole circles. We have 2 whole pizzas. And then somebody got hungry and ate a slice. Okay? So we only have 3 out of those 4 slices left. So we have 1 pizza plus another pizza. So that makes 2 plus 3/4 because 3 of the slices are left out of the 4. Okay? Alright. So then the mixed number name is 2 3/4 like I just described. And then the improper fraction if we were to divide these pizzas up into 4s like they did with this last one, and we counted every slice, there would be how many? We counted every slice that was left. Lauren? 11 slices left out of 4. I mean over 4 because there's 4 slices per whole. Okay? So 2 3/4. Is 2 3/4 the same as 11/4? Is 2 3/4 the same as 11/4?
No. Yes.
Yes.
People.
Yep. One is a mixed number, one is an improper fraction. But if you were to do it like we just did with our manipulatives, with the shapes, it would be the exact same. Okay? So let's look at number 1 here. The hexagon shape is worth 1. So the hexagon is our whole here. Okay, so that is 1. What would a triangle then be? So if we drew triangles in our shape, how many would we have? It's the same as we had before with our shapes. Gabby, how many would we have?
6.
We would have 6. Okay? So we know the hexagon is equal to 1. There are 6 triangles, so then a triangle is worth what, Ella? 1/6. Perfect. Okay? A triangle is worth 1/6 because if we add 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, we get 6 over 6, which equals what, guys? 1. 1 whole. Okay? Awesome. Now let's see what happens when we draw a rhombus in our hexagon. Okay? Our rhombus in our hexagon. Okay? How many rhombuses do I have in that hexagon up there? How many rhombuses do I have? Someone other than Ella. You guys all know how to count. I know you do.
Come on.
3.
Eli, how many? 3 rhombuses are in a hexagon. So the rhombus is equal to what, Leah? I'm looking at number 3 right now. A rhombus is worth what? Holden?
1/3.
1/3. Good job. Because if I add these rhombuses together, I get 1 whole. Okay. Now let's look at the last one. Ooh, a trapezoid.
Easy.
Trapezoid. Okay? How many trapezoids does it take to equal a hexagon? Eli is literally jumping out of his seat. 2. So a hexagon is worth what, buddy?
1/2.
1/2. Awesome. Okay? So that's what we're going to be working with today in math groups. How about we pull those up because they are a little bit different than the last unit. Do you mind if you pull them up?
Oh, I just was wrong.
Okay? So we're going to be, today in math groups, we're going to be working on the rest of the journal pages. Okay, in math groups. So all you need is your journal and a pencil. And we are going to put the math groups up now. As soon as my assistant over here.
Lovely assistant.
Lovely
gets it up.
assistant.
All right. Here are, remember guys, math groups are just math groups. It's a formation of how you do on your pretest, but it's also just